everybody. We're live. We're here at the in Downers Grove at the corner of Belmont and Ogden Avenue, and we're at Power Mart. And I'm here with Brian Costin, who I've known for probably a decade, as he's worked on a number of policy positions in the state of Illinois. Brian, you now work with Americans for Prosperity, and Americans Prosperity has set up this sort of a gas giveaway or a gas discount. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing here in Downers Grove and why you're doing this?
Yeah, so we have reduced prices on gasoline to $2.38 per gallon.
Why $2.38, by the way?
So that was the national average when Joe Biden was inaugurated in January 2020.
Okay, that's great. So that was the national average. Tell me more about the program.
So basically, what we're trying to raise awareness is to the cost of government, the true cost of government to our true cost of Washington. The reason why gas prices are so high is because of policies on the federal level and the state level. On the federal level, reckless spending has fueled inflation. We've literally had to be printing money in order to pay our bills, and that has caused prices to go up for things like gasoline, but groceries, housing, and everything else. And also we have bad energy policy. And so we need to have a policy of energy abundance in the United States. And instead of knocking down pipelines, we need to be building pipelines and tapping into what America really has as far as national resources. On the state level, we also have big problems there. Governor Pritzker doubled the gasoline tax in 2019. We now have the second highest gasoline taxes in the nation. And it really makes a big impact because if I go across the border to Wisconsin, the gas prices immediately drop 80 cents. I visited Missouri earlier this year, and the gas prices were like $1.20, $1.40 lower than here in Illinois. So policies make a really big difference, and we are here to educate people to make changes to the political system in order to bring those prices back down.
Well, Americans for Prosperity does a great, terrific job. You guys have been involved in a number of ways. If folks who are listening to this broadcast, honestly, go to their website and learn more. Now, you and I like even more details because everybody's like, oh, it's gas taxes. Oh, it's like federal regulation. But it's even more than that. So in the state of Illinois, you literally can go across the border to Missouri, which we have the second highest gas taxes, soon to be the highest gas taxes in our nation, because we have an escalator that goes into play every July 1st. We're going to talk about the suspension of that in just a minute, but I want to get back to this policy point. But it's even more than that. We also have federal and state regulations about emissions and gas blends and everything else that makes it more costly for people in this state of Illinois. So it goes far deeper than just a tax policy. Am I right?
Absolutely. And so all these policies have consequences in the pocketbooks of people. And the people who are out here today, we were talking to some of them earlier, are just super appreciative of the gas prices being brought down to where they were previously. But we're trying to let them know that they can make a difference in advocating for better policies on the state level, on the federal level. And so this isn't just a one-time thing, but people can have cheaper gas prices all year round.
Okay, so as I said before, there's over 50% of the state of Illinois. They live near the border, near enough to go by. And I mean, so does this policy really benefit us in the end if we're not competitive with our neighbors?
Well, I think it's emblematic of the lack of competitiveness in Illinois overall. If people go over the border to Wisconsin for gas or go to Indiana or go to Missouri, first it's for gas, but then maybe they start thinking about, well, maybe I should also work over here. Maybe I should live over here. And it's a big for sale sign on the state of Illinois. And it's not good policy. We need to be more competitive in the state of Illinois. Our taxes, combined state and local taxes, are the highest in the nation. And that's really difficult for a lot of people. So people are making difficult choices, even though they love the state of Illinois, to try to find greener pastures elsewhere. And really, we need to try to find greener pastures in places like Springfield and Chicago to help turn around the state of Illinois for the better.
Well, for those who are listening, we are in Ann Stava Murray's district. She's a Democrat state representative, and I'm pretty sure she voted for the gas tax increase. So we'll make sure that we double verify that. But I'm darn sure that she voted for this increase in 2019 that has created this havoc. And so what we like to say is like your politicians make policy on you. If you don't like the policy, then you got to change out the politicians. And I know you're a 501c3. You guys strictly talk about policy, but I'll tell you what, you also know that that's the case. There's some legislators down there that just don't listen. They don't have a broader expanse when it comes to a policy discussion.
Well, it was the way that the gas tax was passed. It was passed after the legislative deadlines. The bill was created basically overnight and ran through the legislature very, very quickly. So there's a broken process in Springfield as well. Things need to change. I think the first step in regards to the gas tax is to stop the automatic escalators every single year, and at least force some accountability on legislators and force them to vote to raise people's taxes every single year rather than just automatically increasing it. And I think if that happens, along with electing people who are more conservative in regards to policies like the gas tax, we can no longer be the highest or second highest gas taxes in the nation, but start to move in a better direction in the state of Illinois.
Well, that's terrific. Speaking about that escalator, it goes into effect every July 1st, but the generous Governor Pritzker has suspended that gas tax for 6 months. Basically, a 2-cent gas tax increase was scheduled for July 1st. He suspended it because he's so magnanimous towards taxpayers, right? Isn't that what happened?
Well, he was the one that doubled our gas tax to begin with. And the way that they're selling it is they're saying that they're saving the taxpayers a lot of money by not raising taxes even further that they already raised multiple times in the last few years. And so Governor Pritzker isn't saving the people of Illinois any money. The cost is extraordinarily high, between $4 and $5 billion a year from all his different tax increases combined. And so that's impacting the people in the state of Illinois in a time where we just got out of the coronavirus and things like the recession that happened in regards to that. All of the other states surrounding us have recovered faster than the state of Illinois, whether it's in terms of jobs or GDP. So we're falling behind our neighbors like Indiana and Wisconsin and Missouri, and it's bad news for the state of Illinois.
And on top of that, they also then passed legislation. A piece of propaganda must go on every retail gas outlet, dispensary. And that says what, Brian?
It says that they have paused the increase in the gasoline tax for 6 months, but it's really a slap in the face to not only gas station owners, but to the motorists of Illinois. They didn't require a sticker to be put up when they doubled the gasoline taxes. They didn't require it when they increased it on every July 1st. They didn't mention anything about how they're increasing the gas tax twice next year. It is political propaganda. It's really
in an election year.
In an election year, it's, we're in July here. The election's in November. I hope that the voters of Illinois kind of see through gimmicks like that and want politicians that are more in line with permanent reforms, like stopping the gas tax increases or rolling back the gas tax increase.
Okay, final question here. How much money does Americans for Prosperity intend to give away during this 2-hour time frame? You've got a line all the way down Belmont here in Downers Grove. Again, we're at the intersection of Downers Grove and Ogden, where Americans for Prosperity is giving people a break on filling up their tanks today. Yeah. It's a constant stream of people coming in and out of the gas stations. So how much do you expect to spend on this?
Yeah, so I just saw the sticker on the car. We've done 116 cars so far. We've got about another hour or so left. So we'll probably get maybe 200 cars in here today. And typically our events cost between $4,000 and $6,000 that we pay to bring the cost down. And so that saves a lot of people money. As you can see, the people that are lined up here, they're really appreciative. Multiple people coming up to us, thanking us for bringing back down the gas prices to $2.38 per gallon. I wish we didn't have to do events like this. I wish our gas prices were lower all the time, back where they were back just less than 2 years ago. And so that's our goal, is to raise awareness so that this is the much lower gas prices year round rather than just on a special event in one day.
Terrific. So this is Brian Costin with Americans for Prosperity, and this is their Pay More Get Less tour. All right. Okay. Thanks so much for joining us.